So tell me, did you earn that suit or did she buy it for you?
Honey, don't. It's not worth it.
I never thought a work party would be the thing to completely change how I saw my marriage. The music was so loud you could feel it in your chest. The lights were low, and my boss, well, he was laughing way too easily after every drink. My husband Adam stood right next to me, quiet as always, just watching everything, nursing his soda. Then my boss leaned in close, a little too close, and said, "So this is the famous husband." Adam gave him a polite smile. But you could tell my boss's own smile didn't quite reach his eyes. He then asked Adam what he did for a living, dragging out the words like it was the setup to a bad joke. Adam answered him calmly, but my boss just laughed and said, "Must be nice having such a simple job." I felt my face get hot with embarrassment. Adam didn't say anything, but my boss kept going, his voice getting louder, making sure everyone around us could hear. He started joking about ambition, about money, and how some people are just content to settle. I squeezed Adam's hand, trying to send a silent message. "Just ignore him, please." Adam leaned over and whispered, "It's okay," but I could see his jaw was clenched tight. Then my boss raised his glass. "To supporting characters," he toasted, and laughed that obnoxious laugh again. That was it. That was when Adam finally spoke. He asked, "Do you always talk down to people, or is tonight a special occasion?" The chatter and laughter around us just stopped. My boss got this smirk on his face and said Adam was being too sensitive. Adam just nodded and replied, "I was raised to respect people, not to measure them." Someone nearby coughed, that awkward throat-clearing sound when things get tense. My boss rolled his eyes and told Adam to relax. But Adam, he didn't raise his voice, not even a little. But his words, they landed with weight. He said that respect doesn't come from a job title or a paycheck. He said true character is how you act when nobody else forcing you to be a decent human being. The whole area went silent. My boss mumbled something about how it was just a joke, how it was all misunderstood. Adam just looked at me and asked if I wanted to leave. My heart was pounding, but I nodded, yes. As we were walking out, my boss actually called after us. He shouted that I should probably keep my husband on a leash. Adam stopped. He turned around so slowly and said, "Speak to my wife like that again, and this conversation won't be verbal anymore." This time, nobody laughed. In the car, my hands were shaking so bad I could barely buckle my seatbelt. I asked Adam, "Why did you wait so long? Why did you let him say all that?" He told me he didn't want to embarrass me at my own work event. I felt this wave of guilt wash over me. I apologized for not stopping it sooner myself. He said it wasn't my fault, but that my silence, even if I didn't mean it to, still hurt. When we got home, we just sat there at the kitchen table in the dark. I finally admitted that I'd let my boss cross the line before, lots of times, just to keep things easy at work, to avoid confrontation. Adam asked me if I felt small there, and I had to say yes more often than I ever wanted to admit. He looked at me and said that no job was worth losing your self-respect over. The very next day, my boss called me into his office. He said Adam had overreacted. I stood my ground. I told him Adam had defended himself respectfully, which was more than I could say for my boss. He laughed, that same condescending laugh, and said maybe I wasn't a good fit for the team anymore. I went home early that day, my stomach twisted in knots. Adam listened to the whole story without saying a word, just letting me get it all out. When I was done, he just asked me one simple question: "What do you want to do?" I told him I was just so tired of swallowing humiliation, tired of feeling small. The next week, I filed a formal complaint with HR. They asked for details, things I had never said out loud to anyone before. Suddenly, all those little comments, those jokes, sounded so much worse when I actually said them. After that, my boss stopped joking. A month later, I transferred to a different department. The pay was the same, but it felt like I could finally breathe. The air was just lighter. One night, Adam admitted he'd been worried that he'd crossed a line at the party. I told him, "No, you didn't cross a line, you drew one." We talked for a long time that night about how respect isn't about being the loudest person in the room. It's quiet, but it's firm. I realized that Adam had always been protecting me, just in his own quiet way. I learned that real love doesn't always have to shout from the rooftops. Sometimes it just stands its ground right beside you. Months went by, and there was another company event. This time, no one mocked Adam. When he spoke, people actually listened. I watched him, smiling that confident but calm smile of his. I squeezed his hand, but this time there was no fear, no anxiety. It was just pure pride. Some moments in life show you exactly who will stand beside you when things get tough. And other moments, well, they show you who never deserved to stand above you in the first place. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever been in a situation like this, know that you're not alone and your voice deserves to be heard. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.